Hey everyone, welcome back to my video work logs. This is part 5 in the series. Today's focus, I just need to go in and start creating some support columns and catwalks right here underneath our main panel. Also want to think about adding another room right here off to the side, maybe a med lab office and a maintenance and engineering office. We also need to go ahead and finish up our office right here. Also want to create some biohazard storage areas where we're going to have some biohazard barrels right there along the back. A lot to cover in this episode, so let's just jump right in. So if you want to follow me over to my workstation, we'll get today's project started. Alright, what you're looking at here is the main platform of our entire structure. This is just a blueprint design of exactly where we're going to lay out some of our supporting walls and our supporting columns for this entire piece. Also at this time I need to start thinking about the diagram and layout of exactly where I'm going to put all my computer components. We also talked about adding just a little bit more visual interest to this piece in this video. We're going to add a little med lab room right off to the side, maybe a maintenance and engineering office also. A couple staircases leading down to the main floor, some support structures, a sub-level 1, sub-level 2 sign, and also maybe a map sign of the entire complex. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out some pieces, some supporting walls and some supporting structures and columns right here to hold all these pieces together. Once we get a dry fit and we're happy with the design that we got, we're going to use this acrylic bond base to hold all our pieces together. This is recommended for plastic styrene. It's much stronger bond than a super glue, so we're going to go ahead and use that. It's just going to give us a lot stronger finish. So let's go ahead and start cutting out those pieces, dry fitting them together, and get this part constructed. Alright, I got some of my walls marked out here. I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting these out and put them together. Right now I'm just working on a few of these little support columns here. I'm just going to attach right underneath this panel right up here and right to the sides of our walls. Just need to create a few more of these little brackets here that will attach to the sides. We'll also have a door coming out right to the side here, and then we'll create that window that will just wrap around the side also. Alright, I finished the construction on our front and our side walls here. This little opening that you're seeing right down here in the bottom is for our DVD-ROM drive. And that's just going to slide in here just like so. And this will be flush right with this wall here. And I'm creating a compartment right now in the back that's going to hold it in there just a little bit better and some flush mounts so it doesn't move around at all. A little bit later we'll go in and create some of this paneling that you kind of see right up here. It's just going to go right over the top of this front panel here and then right over the top of the DVD to hide the DVD. And once we finish our paint job and all the detailing on that, you won't even notice the DVD-ROM drive there. The only thing that you'll probably even notice is maybe the button and the glow of that little LED light on the DVD-ROM drive. So I'm going to go in and start creating some of the skirting and some of the paneling that's going to go right over the front here. I'm going to create a window that's going to go right above the DVD-ROM drive, a little door to the side. Our sub-level 1, sub-level 2 signs are going to be illuminated right underneath here. The supporting columns are going to come down here from the second floor. And just a little bit more detail right on the front of this panel. So let's go ahead and get working on that. Started constructing the main entrance here. I've got a little LED right up inside there that's going to glow right down on this main entrance. These are two little doors that I'm working on right now. These will just slide right up and in there when I'm finished. Just going to go ahead and add some little bit more detail right to the front of those panels. Alright, I just started adding just a little bit more visual interest here, just creating some steam pipes and vents here. These pieces are just from a model kit, and I just kit bashed them and just broke them up and just using them in this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and create some more of these little steam vents and this piping here and just create it all around our paneling right here and just give it a little bit more detail. Alright, I'm going to start working on my DVD-ROM drive now. Just remove the front bezel and I'm just going to go and start cutting out some panels that are just going to fit right in this area here. this thin piece of plastic styrene that I'm going to use to create those panels. And we'll create a new door cover also. Alright, we finished up our DVD-ROM drive. You can see a little bit of the rivet detail and close there. What I want to do now is just power this up and make sure that door opens and closes without any problems, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's tied into the final piece. Alright, this is just an up-close look of our DVD-ROM drive. I just went ahead and added a primer finish right over the top of that. We'll do a final paint job on that a little bit later when we've got the rest of this front panel finished. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom around to the back and show you exactly what my hardware layout is going to be at this time. Alright, looking in the back of the case here, this is kind of just the hardware layout I'm going to use. I haven't yet committed on exactly where I'm going to lay it out, but this is kind of just a general idea. I won't be using any of these specs. These are just for mock-up only. My friend over in Middlesbrough, England, Crazy Zaxter, and T9654113 and Junior D Exchange Core all asked me exactly what components I'll be using in this build. Well, I haven't decided on exactly what CPU or motherboard I'll be using, but I'll definitely be using multiple NVIDIA GPUs. So if you guys want to shoot me any specs or benchmarks that are working for you, I'd really appreciate it. But as of now, I really haven't committed on exactly what specs I'll be using. So but right now, I'm going to go ahead and get started working, finishing up this office here and some of these biohazard storage areas. Finish working on that front panel up front and start working on some of the side walls and some of the support columns right in here. Right, I started working on our little windows here. They're just going to attach to the panel right here. I have two of these. The other one's just going to go on the opposite end of the structure, and they're just going to be backlit by a little orange LED. Should be a pretty cool effect when we're done. Alright, now I just need to work on my glass panels. They're going to go inside our window here. I just printed out this gradient pattern right on top of some transparency film paper. Then I applied that to a clear piece of Lexicon glass. I finished the back of the Lexicon glass with this Krylon frosted glass finish. And the reason I did that is it's going to give just a little diffused light when I hit that with the LED light. Instead of the light being so direct and shining directly through there, it should diffuse that light across that panel just a little bit better. And this is kind of what it looks like with the glass piece in there. And I'll come back and show you exactly what it looks like when it's lit up with the LEDs. So I just need to finish up this one and the other window here. It's getting closer. I also need to go in and add some little vertical panes right there on top of that glass also. Alright, we got our door constructed here. We've got a little LED glowing through the panel there, kind of simulating a control panel there on the door. Just sprayed it with the light primer coat also. I'll show you what this looks like when we get the final paint job on it and get it installed on the main piece. Alright, taking a look at our front panel here. I just sprayed this over with a light gray primer coat. Just want to go ahead and just add a little bit more detail with this piping and venting right along the bottom of our DVD-ROM drive and maybe underneath this window over here. Got our windows installed, got our Umbrella Corporation logo installed, a little nod to Resident Evil fans out there. Didn't get a chance to finish up those rooms in the back though. That's something I'm going to have to cover in episode 6. So just want to thank you guys for tuning in these videos, rating, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate it. So stay inspired guys, keep creating, and I'll see you on my next update. Take care.